I knew I wanted to be a musician when I got into jazz at 14. I grew up with music. My mom was a musician. I started singing at 2, playing the piano at 6. But I really found my passion and direction when I fell in love with music, which was when I got into jazz. One of the earliest memories I've had was when I would listen to my mom play her compositions. We used to have a grand piano at home, and she would play my mom is a songwriter, so she would play her compositions and sing, and then me and my sister would be under the grand piano.
So far away, yet you're close to my heart.
The first album I bought with my own money was actually just recently. I went to Malaysia in May 2014, and I watched this group from Thailand headed by this guy called Sunny Ratana. He has a trio, and then he does arrangements with a vocal group called The Voice. And I bought their CD because I really loved their live performance and I wanted to listen to it. So I brought that CD back home, and yeah, that's the first time I bought the CD.
Hi guys. My question is, how has technology helped in making your music known to more people?
I think for social media has a big role in promoting music, especially now where independent artists can release their music and the audience and their fans can easily reach out to them. Whereas compared to before, without this, we rely on what's shown to us on TV or on radio. So now I think the independent scene is stepping up their game.
Is how would you gauge the acceptance of Filipino with today's OPM?
This year I've been exposed to the underground music scene, and I know it's different when it comes to the mainstream, but from my experience, people do search for something different. People are wanting something more than what is shown to them or fed to them through mainstream media. And people want to, there is social media, you can watch videos, you can download songs, but people are now searching for live gigs. People want to be in that intimate setting. People want to watch people.
If I could spend the day not making music or listening to music, I'm fine with listening to silence. I think a big part of music is the spaces in between the silence, and I like walking around. I sort of see music wherever I go, whether it's like if I'm in the city and all this traffic, all the beep beep, boom boom, or balot, or kiapo kiapo. It's like it's chaotic, but for me it's kind of like music, and I hear it when I'm with nature. It's everywhere for me, so I don't think I'll ever stop finding music wherever I go. I think I've heard a lot about how Filipino musicians, particularly abroad, those are the kinds of musicians that people look for. If you go to Singapore, if you go to America, or you go to these places, they look for Filipino music kasi we may not be technically that advanced, or we may not be as good as all the other people, but nakikita yung heart ng tao, and I think that's what shines the most in our music.
Oh, baby, if you can come and get me, if you can.
Original Pinoy music is
come and get me if you can. I may be far away, but you can come and get me if you can.